The name of the show is The Way to Go. Tonight I have a very special guest, an award-winning filmmaker, and someone I had the opportunity to work with on Cybernetics, Mr. Dwayne Buckle. Welcome to the show.
How you doing? Thanks, Alan.
So Dwayne, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
I know, it's great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
So, Dwayne, are you a native New Yorker?
Yes, New York City forever.
Really?
Yeah.
Which borough did you come from?
Well, I'm from Queens, New York,
Yeah.
but I lived in Brooklyn, Manhattan, Staten Island.
Cool. So you've been all over. Wow.
All over New York, but I represent Queens.
That's cool. So did you go to public school in Queens?
Yeah, I went to public school in Queens, PS 92. That's in Corona.
Yeah.
Elementary school.
Cool.
Junior high school 204 in Long Island City, Queens, and even Long Island City High School.
And did you when did you first get interested in film?
Well, really, I was really interested in just sound and stuff like that, sound recordings, music recording and stuff like that.
Cool.
And then doing that for many years, I kind of naturally progressed into filmmaking.
So you were, I didn't know that. That's so you did a lot of music. Did you do what type of music was it?
Well, I started out kind of just recording all types of music, hip hop, R&B, and I actually worked in the theater building sound effects.
Oh, cool.
That was my first sound job back in many years ago.
So when did you first get into actually filmmaking? You know, I'm curious about that.
Let me see, filmmaking. I bought my first camera when I was 18 years old at a pawn shop in Harlem.
Wow.
And it was because I was producing a lot of music and people needed videos and stuff. So I just said, let me get a camera. And I just got a camera for a couple $100 and started just to shoot videos,
So it started off with, was it videos, meaning music videos, or was it?
Yeah,
wow.
It's kind of like music videos, interviews and stuff like that.
And when did it progress? Did you start then doing after that short films, or what was the next step?
After that, after buying the camera, I had to edit the footage.
Right.
So at the time there was no, there was editing like Final Cut Pro and stuff like that, but it was really, people were still using like VCRs to edit. So I had like 2 editing VCRs and chopping it up, analog style,
Did anyone at that point notice your work? Were you getting positive feedback for the work that you were doing at that point?
Yeah, I did. I made like a little, pilot, like a reality show.
Really?
And I showed it to some TV producer. He loved it. So basically, he gave me the pat on the back and the courage to kind of take it to the next level.
And those are the moments in life that are so important when someone gives you that positive reinforcement. So what was the next level for you?
I guess making money from that. So.
Right. So, when did you actually start making like actual films? I'm curious about that.
Around that time, we were still producing like videos and short stories and stuff like that. But my first real filmmaking experience came in 2005 when I produced the short film called The Minority. But prior to that,
yes,
I was working as a sound mixer on feature films, independent feature films, and TV shows and stuff like that.
How'd you get into that? Was it just by, you met people, or how did it work out?
It's kind of weird, around this time I bought the camera, I was kind of also doing, I had kind of like a homemade recording studio type of thing.
Right.
So I used to record a lot of people. And then I eventually got a commercial space and made it into a real business. And then I did some research and I got into theater sound design and stuff like that. And then I started to buy that equipment, stuff like that, special types of microphones and recording devices that you might need. So I started to research that, picking up things, and then after a while I had all the tools to record professional sound for theaters, films, and stuff like that. So basically, I started to advertise my services, and people started to hire me.
Wow. What was it like when people start? That must have been like such a rush when you're actually doing the thing you love, and people are laying out cash for it. It's like, It must have been great.
I mean, it was cool. I mean, the first gig I had, you know, I was like, wow, I'm getting paid for this, you know. I had a little recording device, a microphone, you know, there was like a sex scene in the
Oh my God.
So that experience, I was like, wow, I can't believe I'm getting paid for this, and it's kind of fun. So I just kept on kind of, you know, studying it
Right.
and buying better equipment and stuff like that, you know.
So I guess I'm really interested in The Minority because I know that it won awards and it was just I mean, how did you get into that? Was that your first like short film, or was there other short films before that?
I mean, the glasses.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, the glasses was a short, but The Minority was my first feature film.
Oh, it was a feature film, The Minority.
And that happened in like 2006. Pretty much all the friends that I knew making, you know, film, doing film sound,
Right.
I got everybody together and basically I raised some money that way. And, you know, I was able to do a feature film. I met some actors doing sound, and I called them, said, I'm doing a film, you know, a feature film. You know, I want you guys to be a part of it. And some of them said yes. So I was able to kind of get a little network going and produce the film, and, you know, that was The Minority.
And you got a lot of press for that, right? I mean, there was.
I mean, I like to make films that kind of deals with controversial subjects. And that film dealt a lot with like racism and stuff like that. So, you know, it was a true film because a lot of the experiences came out of real life. So, you know, people, you know, saw that and they took note, and I was able to bring it to a few film festivals and stuff like that. And people started to, you know, say, hey, you know, this is a good film. It's not only entertaining, you know, it's very comedic.
And you wrote the film as well, and so this was like your baby, and it must have been unbelievable when you got positive reinforcement for that.
Yeah, I mean, just seeing yourself grow to that level, and also, you know, finishing a product, any product,
Right.
and then being able to, you know, show people is a positive thing. You know?
And also to have the social element and the reality of you know, some of the bad parts of life being exposed on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I like filmmaking. To me, that's what it should be. You know, it's such a powerful medium that you should be able to use it to benefit society. You should be able to talk about problems, to maybe have dialogue about the problem and try to work it out in real life, versus just, you know, things blowing up. I mean, that type of filmmaking, things blowing up and, you know, action is good too, but it could be too much of that. So sometimes you need films that just tell, you know, a real story. So, you know, I'm attracted to films like that, like The Minority, and, you know, films that have social values. So those are the things that I kind of go for, you know.
Right. So how many went to festivals? Is that what happened with it? Or?
Yeah, it went to like 8 festivals, and it picked up like 3 awards,
and
including Best Feature Film.
Wow, that must have been a trip picking up that award. Did you go to all the festivals that it was shown at?
I went to like most of them.
Yeah.
The ones that you know, I won the award for, I definitely went to those festivals.
Right.
And, you know, at a film festival, you don't know who's going to win or not. So, you know, you pretty much think that you're not going to win.
Right. There's so many films, right? I mean, in this, in quotes, so much competition, but I guess there really wasn't any competition for your film. So.
I mean, you know, there were a lot of good films. A lot of films are good from independent filmmakers, and a lot of them are bad. But if you're making it into an independent film festival, that means something is good about your film. So you're being chosen out of a pool of, you know, pretty decent films.
Right.
You know, so I mean, every film there is good, and if you pick up anything, any recognition, it's a great thing.
What's your relationship with like other filmmakers? Do you guys ever get together and talk about films, or is there like a competition, or I mean, in general, is it?
I mean, a lot of my friends are filmmakers or cinematographers, editors, you know, makeup artists and people like that.
Right.
And pretty much that's all we talk about.
So
I mean,
you're supportive of each other, and you hope each other, you know, succeeds.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I have a lot of filmmakers friends that are not even like that famous, but to me they're like the best filmmakers out there, and I get a lot of feedback and from them and inspiration from them. So I definitely have them as friends, and we give each other feedback, and that is part of the. It's like a friendly competition thing.
But isn't it amazing that there are so many unbelievable filmmakers that will probably never get recognition, and it's kind of sad. It's tough out there, right? I mean,
yeah, it's a very tough world in the filmmaking community because I mean, first of all, the film costs money,
right?
And then after that, you have to go to film festivals and market the film and stuff like that. So it's a very costly thing. But I mean, if it's something that you really love to do, you're going to figure out a way to do it.
No, so that was what, 2006 that you made The Minority?
Mm-hmm.
And how much time did you spend, once you made it, post-production, and then, I mean, how much time of your life? Was it like a year? Was it two that, after you've said, okay, now it's on to the next project? Or was it something that you were on to the next project while you were, in the process of showing showing it at festivals and stuff like that?
I mean, at that point, that was like the first feature film, so,
right.
We're dedicated to that.
Right.
But the post-production on that took like a year.
Wow.
And I do a lot with sound and music for the films. So,
right.
Editing might take just like 2 months, 3 months, but the sound and music mixing will take 9 to 9 months.
And that's your real, I mean, that's another one of your specialties, because obviously that's what you started with, was the music. I mean, the sound.
Yeah, I mean, from an artist perspective, it's like a palette.
Right.
I mean, you have different things on the palette. Sound is one,
right.
Color might be something else. I mean, you have to use what you can, and I like to use sound because for an independent filmmaker, you might not have the money to do a lot. So sometimes you could just throw a sound element there, and it could make up for the visual element,
right.
and that will save you money. But you will have to know how to use that. You have to know that that element is there and how to manipulate it to take advantage of it.
Well, my own experience with you is that I know that you are very observant of sound, because you made sure that I said certain things exactly correctly, and I appreciate that, because it came out, I think, it made a better performance for me, but we'll get to that point later. But I do appreciate all the feedback you gave me during the time that we worked together.
I mean, you're a great actor. I
appreciate that.
I see that you're very professional, and I mean, you really take time to really study the lines and to really just have that, the work ethic.
I appreciate that. So, when were you finished basically with all post-production? Was that like 2000? Was that also 2006, or was it 2007?
Probably because we actually started to work on it towards the ending of 2005.
Okay.
So we completed the whole film towards the ending of 2006.
Right. So what was your next project?
The next project, I wanted to make like a $100 million movie, but we didn't get the money for that.
Right.
So we had to think about doing it a different way. So the next project was called Cybernetics.
Right.
And pretty much it was a $100 million film.
Absolutely.
Bottled down to not
right.
as much as $100 million.
Right.
Very little, but we still made it happen.
And where did that come from? Was that like how does like a thought turn into a script, turn into that you're actually going to do it? I mean, like Cybernetics. I mean, you can give a little background of it if you'd like. Like what's Cybernetics about?
Cybernetics is pretty much like a urban cyborg, and I consider when I'm making a film the things that are going on in the world,
right.
The current events, and I notice there's a lot of things happening with technology, and also the blending of technology with humanity. And and having our senses being increased by the aid of technology. So I wanted to kind of delve into that. So I came up with a film called Cybernetics to kind of talk about a world in which scientists are building a cyborg,
right.
and they had intentions of using it for a purpose, but things went wrong and it escaped, and then we have this new piece of technology never been shown to the world that is now on the loose. So how would we handle that? How would we handle technology out of our grips, out of our grasp? You know, do we have any solutions for that? Are we thinking about that?
Right.
So, you know, I just wanted to touch on that.
But one thing, if I could say, first of all, there was a lot of social elements in the film. I mean, there was the street. There was life on the street. It was tough, but then there was also juxtaposed. There was the beauty of the cinematography. I mean, there was some beautiful scenes, and I remember after going to the screening, coming up to you saying that it was beautiful. I mean, the colors. The night was like the sky was dark, but it was also dark blue, and it was like there was all these beautiful different kind of colors, and that was blended in with violent. I mean, like it was like it showed many aspects of real life as well as science fiction life. But it was an excellent experience, and I really appreciate working on the film with you, by the way.
Thank you. I mean, that type of stuff really helps to, you got to use what you can to help tell the film. The movement of the sky is part of the film.
Okay, so I think maybe now is a good time to show the trailer for it. What do you think?
Sounds good. That sounds great.
Okay, so let's take a look at the trailer for Cybernetics.
Even though your eyes have been removed, you're seeing images because I'm holding a device known as a remote optic photonoscope to the top of your head. It is a device designed to transmit video images to your brain via artificial electrical impulses, giving you the apparent vision you are now having.
I want out the game.
So you can either get out of the game so you can get deeper in it. For me, I'm willing to pay the ultimate price.
Wait, someone call the medevac!
What the f?
Kidneys intact, no damage to any other vital organs.
He's a damn street kid. Probably got caught in the middle of a drive-by.
If we have to keep shelving our parts every time these cadavers fail us, then we're just going to have to scrap this whole project entirely. It's getting too costly.
It's that simple.
118, 119, 120 miles per hour.
Wow, that was unbelievable.
That's
I mean,
good, right?
it's unbelievable. And
It was okay.
that guy that played the general, I think I liked
Who
him
was
the
that
best.
Who was that guy?
Well, it's amazing, because I remember when I was working on the film, just the direction of, you're coming out of a helicopter, or all that stuff, and also just seeing Justin in that getup. I mean, Justin is could you tell us a little bit about who Justin is? I mean, his background.
Justin A. Davis. Justin A. Davis plays Arc One,
Right.
In the film. His real name is Charles Benjamin.
Right.
And he was just, a neighborhood guy. He lived in a bad neighborhood, had a kind of a bad upbringing, but he didn't want to stay in that lifestyle forever. So, somebody offered him some money to do a job, and he did it, and, things didn't work out, and he got turned into a cyborg. And,
but also Justin is, he's a regular on a pretty interesting television show.
Yeah, that's the Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah. So I mean, you're able, and Raw.
Raw Liba. Yeah.
Right. I mean,
great actor, by the way.
I mean, you are able to attract unbelievable actors, and I was so fortunate to be in that. I mean, but I'm happy I was part of that whole ensemble. But
You're one of those great actors.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But just even Justin, when I got a chance to sit down and talk to him, he's just a regular nice kid. But when on the film, I mean, he's a cyborg. I mean, he's the cyborg.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely.
The kid is a great kid. I mean, he works hard. You know, he has the lines down.
Yeah.
You know, he's gonna study at night before he gets there, and he's gonna prepare himself. So
Right.
I like that about him. He's a young kid. He you know, so he's good. He has the young, you know, urban thing going on.
Right.
And for the cyborg character, I mean, pretty much, you know, it's one of those positions where you have to just kind of be still, let the people applying makeup apply the makeup, you know,
Right.
apply the cyborg costume and stuff like that. So you have to know how to just be just natural and just let people do their job, you know.
But you know, it's the choice of him also because, I mean, I think it was an interesting choice of casting because if you saw him, he seems like just a regular kid, but when he becomes a cyborg, I mean, he's like Superman at the same time, and it's like all of a sudden this kid, it's almost like Spider-Man in a way, you know, like the guy who, you know, when he's not Spider-Man, he's some kind of like nerdy kind of guy, but you know, it's amazing. Like I thought the casting was very good, and
the casting was good. I mean, Justin played a good character. We had a couple stunt people as well to you know, do some of the cyborg jumps and stuff like that. But I like Justin because he's a very quiet character,
right.
and he has a very innocent look, and his eyes are like really big. So I mean, it's good for the camera. You could really, you know, get those pupils.
But when even on the trailer, you see when you know when he gets shot. I mean, it's like it's so real. You know, it was good. It was great. And Noah's a good actor. It was nice having Noah on the
Noah
set.
Forrest.
Yeah.
I mean, Noah Forrest is just the guy.
I know.
I mean, he looks the part. He is the part.
I know it's, and he's also a good friend. And you know, I enjoyed working with. Even though we didn't work in the same scenes, I'm happy that he was in the movie. He's a tough guy.
He's a tough guy. He's also a good scientist.
Yeah, excellent.
I mean, he does you know, stuff.
So what's up with Cybernetics now in terms of you know, what's happening with it?
Cybernetics has been released on DVD and VOD, so you can now get Cybernetics on Amazon digital video. You can get it soon on YouTube rentals.
Right.
It's available on Netflix, apparently.
Right. No,
There's some
definitely.
technical issues with that, but you know, you can get it on Netflix.
But it is cool. You know, I type in Alan Bendich and Cybernetics, and then boom, you know, it's like Cybernetics.
That's just the start, man.
It's so
You're
cool.
the
I know. I
general,
love it. It's so much fun. You know, and it was great working on that. I just remember that day, and used some green screen, you know, for it, and that was pretty cool, man. That was excellent. I mean, I never knew the power of the green screen.
Green screen is a palette for the film artist. I mean, if you know how to use it well, I mean, you could definitely do a lot with it as far as perspective. I mean, you could do so much with green screen. You could change the depth of the shot. You could put people in different scenarios. I mean, you could do so much with it. You know, it's a great. It was invented, you know, over 100 years ago.
See, that's something else I didn't know. That's interesting.
Yeah, they've been using that for a while, but you know, it could still be developed and heightened, and more things could come from it because it's such a cool thing, you know.
So, also, like, how did you get the blue so blue, you know, and the green so green? You know, it's.
I mean, color is such a major. Speaking of cybernetics, they say humans have like 5 senses, but we really have more. We have the sense of color. We have the visual sense, but we could feel color. You know, if something is red, there's a lot of atoms vibrating quickly,
Right.
and you feel that energy. So
Absolutely.
color is very powerful, and you know, a darker color, I mean, it's gonna bring your mood down. Something brighter is gonna bring your mood up. So we have that sense, and a cyborg will have an extremely heightened sense of that. You know, a cyborg doesn't have to even look at color. It could pretty much hear color. And a cyborg, you know, doesn't really have to hear sound. It could see sound. So those are that's the level of sophistication that cyborg technology in the future is. You know, they're just gonna have heightened senses, and we as humans, we have these senses too, but they're so subliminal. So if you see a blue sky, you might feel a certain way. You don't know it's the blue sky, but it's just that color. The sensory of information from the color is making you feel like that, and you know, that's why good movies are good, because of that. You know.
So then I have a question. Talking about cyborgs in the future, is there a future for cybernetics? Is there any sequels planned in the near future?
Well, definitely.
That's cool.
Cybernetics Part 2 is coming out.
And So that's something I'm looking forward to. Has the script, have you been working on it at all, or is it something that, you know, still just, is it something in your mind at this point? Is it,
I mean, I've been working on that script for a while. I've been writing Cybernetics Part 1 for almost 10 years.
Wow.
So part of writing Part 1, it's like a trilogy, and you kind of develop everything at the same time.
Right.
So even though, you know, after it ages a little bit, you know, things change and whatnot. But and also after we filmed the first film, you know, you have to make changes and whatnot.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, it's definitely gonna be a Cybernetics Part 2.
That's cool.
And it's gonna be a lot more action, a lot more robots, a lot more General McGregor.
Oh, okay, I like that part too. No, but I can't wait to see what's going to happen. I like the action aspect. I think that's going to be great. I mean, because the action scenes in Cybernetics, were like intense. I mean, very intense. But there was also the interchange. There was like, there were the personal relationships that were going on, both good and bad, that were going on in the film that were really intriguing, and they brought you into the movie. They took you in. And
yeah, I mean, that's, you know, filmmaking, I like the relationship aspects of filmmaking. I think a lot of films, they don't really delve too much into the character.
Right.
Just the personal, everyday routines of the character,
right.
You know. And Cybernetics, I wanted to add that because even though they might not be exchanging dialogue, they might be doing something that you will learn more about the personality type. And I find that interesting because it really helps to build a character. So you know, that's one thing I wanted to explore, was just the everyday kind of just simplified, just character. You know,
right.
just you know, going to work, in and out of the work.
And will that also be in Cybernetics too? Do you plan to have as well as, you know, all the action? There'll still also be the personal. And
yeah, because you know, it's a kind of a group situation. You have a couple of scientists. They're building a project. They have an intimate relationship. So you wanna, you know, you wanna see that relationship, you know, transpire across all characters. You wanna, you know that, you know, one character is Mr. Grumpy, and one character is Mr. Smarty Pants or something like that. And you know, you could enhance all those roles with just everyday, you know, things that the character might do. Just, you know, even the posture, the looks on their faces, you know, just small talk type of things, you know.
do you expect a large cast, or how do you plan to? I mean, with the action, I would assume there should be quite a few people.
It's definitely going to be a large cast,
right.
Both in humans and robots.
Oh, that's cool. And will the robots be? Will they be like anime or whatever? What is it? CGI? What's it called?
CGI.
Right, CGI.
CGI is good, but it's see, I was never really a fan of major CGI like that.
Right.
I liked old school kind of like animation where they just had the guy in the suit, or it's like stop motion, or just puppetry, stuff like that.
That's going to be great.
Because it had a sense of realism. CGI, I mean, just to get the shadow in there, it takes
it's crazy.
so much work.
Right.
So I like very little CGI. So I probably use like more like just puppetry, things like that.
That's going to be great.
You know.
It should be interesting. Have you ever dealt with puppetry, or is this going to be a new type of experience for you?
There's actually a little bit of puppetry in Cybernetics Part 1.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's
just like 3 small scenes.
Well, I hate to say this, but you know, we've just come to the end of the show.
No, it can't be.
It is. But you know, I'm so happy. I really am so happy that you're on the show.
I'm so happy that you're General McGregor.
Okay. And we'd like to thank Dwayne Buckle for being on the show. And that's a wrap.
Thank you.
Take care.